are we doing here today?
Drinking because coach said it was okay. Doyle. Miller. Miller. Matter of fact, I named the beer after him.
I went by your house today.
Yeah. How the hell are you, man? God, it's been a long time coming.
We have get together every once in a while, and once I think in a great moon, Rob would show up. And this time, hopefully, Rob doesn't know a darn thing about showing up. And I hope he shows up and doesn't try to wear the pants in the family because he needs to be here.
How's your life been, Bill?
Hey, you know,
I see
last
it.
40 years or so.
Yeah, exactly.
Good seeing you, man.
There's people here who haven't seen each other since high school. Absolutely. 10. 11. Sorry. Surprise.
A few people here. Hey, man. How are you? Unbelievable. What a shock.
Yeah.
Didn't know a thing, did you?
No, I didn't.
Stay down, suck up, man.
How are you, Coach?
I'm good, man. How are you? Oh, I did. He was an idiot. He was an idiot. I hit him in the block a couple of times. Just like
1,000-yard swims.
Good to see you, man. Success. How are you?
I'm good. How about you?
Good, thanks. I didn't know this was happening. Reverend Hall, how good to see you, man.
How are you?
I'm good. You're the closest I'm going to get to God in a long time, so. I have absolutely no idea, so. You did. Tommy, it's good to see you, man. You have some explaining to do here, woman.
Explaining. Reading a letter of me getting kicked out of kindergarten in Hartville, but I was really thinking about, man, the only reason I'm here is one guy for the most part, right? I mean, literally.
And we were still at Glenwood, and we were having trouble in the school with smoke bombs. So they're throwing smoke bombs all over the place. So we're having the big fall, the big winter pep rally for basketball and all that kind of stuff. And all the hippies are sitting down front, and they thought they were raiding the lockers to look for drugs. And they were looking for the smoke bombs. And so this guy, this Regberg kid, he was also the president of the student body and the president of the SDS, the Students for Democratic Society. Remember that? Yeah. So he gets ready to announce the homecoming queen, and he says, before I announce the homecoming queen, just like you said, yesterday an act took place in this school to make our constitutional forefathers roll over their grandfather.
Went off. I remember that.
And all the hippies stood up and started yelling and screaming, and the old guidance counselor, stand straight. He comes up there, and he comes running up there. Bob McLean and I, we're standing back, and we think this is part of the skit. You know?
Hey, this is pretty good.
I remember that.
And they start fighting for the microphone, going back and forth. And all of a sudden, stand straight. This guy's as old as I am at that time. He clacks him. He punches him in front of the whole student body. And we go, whoa, this is real. You know?
I remember that so well. Him running up through and grabbing the mic, and it was like, what the hell's going on?
I'll never forget that. And Bob McLean, he stands by me and he goes, you know something? I could have kicked Redbird's ass in front of the whole student body and got away with it. And I went, you kind of
We all came from great families. We all knew each other swimming at Berkshire Elms, Congress Lake, at the YMCA's. And Rob was the coach at the Elms. And when Glenwood started a swim team, we all went to Glenwood to swim. We all bonded that way. And our parents taught us well, but when we left the house, we were all destined to try to get away with everything we could. Rob was our drill sergeant. Rob kept us in line, and we were scared to death of him, of getting in trouble with him. And it was his discipline and passion that helped us all turn out the way we did. With respect for each other, with discipline, understanding the law, and we're all bonded. And that's a good reason why this means so much to all of us. After all these years, we're all still together to pull this off for Rob and to congratulate him for a great retirement.
We were in some kind of tournament or meet that we had to get our peak times. So he tried to talk us into shaving our legs. No, I'm not gonna shave my legs. It was shave down, psych up, and peak all week long at practice. And I don't know about the other guys, but I wouldn't shave my legs. I got 3 sisters, and they would have never let me alone. But that shave down, psych up, and peak, I'll never forget that.
Memories that strike me the most, besides the fact that he was able to bring a level of discipline to many of us that were fairly undisciplined at the time, which followed us throughout our lives and made things, myself in the military and later on, seem easy compared to the 2-a-day workouts. The other point that I'd like to bring up is, as we all remember, throwing kickboards was somewhat taboo, yet we all did it. And I do recall the one day we were having a particularly rambunctious kickboard fight, and Coach Snowberger had about enough of that. And one of the ringleaders, I think it might have been Chris McAdam, standing over in the shallow end of the pool at Walsh College, was with his hand raised above him, kickboard ready to fly. And Rob Snowberger reached down, grabbed the kickboard from the side of the pool, let it fling, and hit Chris right in the noggin. At that point, the kickboard fight was over and the practice resumed. No one knew that Rob Snowberger was a dead-eye kickboard warrior, let's say. A warrior of the kickboard art.
practice over at Walsh College, we'd be hanging around on the steps. Where, you know, we'd all, you know, wait to go in and all that junk. And one day we were all on the steps, and we see Tommy from about a mile away, and you just see him flying in his damn Mercedes, and we're all watching it. There's probably 20 of us watching, and we see him, and he's flying, and then about 2 seconds later, the state patrolman, you see the lights going, and they're right behind Tommy, and Tommy pulls, you know, he whips into Walsh College, and, you know, thinking, hey, I made it, whatever, and he's like, hey, and then he jams into reverse and goes click, and he hits the gas and goes backwards, and the state patrolman had just pulled in right behind him, and he smashes it in the with the back of his car.
Poor bastard.
I remember we were at Solander Pool or some place over in Worcester for a big AU meet, and I'm on the block ready to go, and Tommy goes, oh! And the guy's blowing the whistles like getting ready to go, and he goes, oh! And I look over and he goes like this, he points. I look up, my hubcaps from my Volkswagen are up on the top of the flagpole chained. And then they go, take your mark. I'm like, what? And that was him an hour.
So, like, Howard literally went on one wheel on a motorcycle past Rob. I remember this story.
No, it wasn't one wheel. He did that one other time. I'm driving across Lincoln Way, going from Massillon, Canton, and all of a sudden this motorcycle pulls up beside me, and the guy is standing on the seat. Pulls up beside me, and then he goes.
Here's another story I remember. Bill Auer and Danny Wilson. They went into Coach Weary's office and got his starter's gun. And his starter's gun. And they go out into the main hall, and Danny starts running down the hall, and Bill goes, "You son of a bitch!" And he levels the gun at him and goes, bam, 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 bam.
Yeah, I remember it.
Where would that get you today?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I can remember driving from practice one day,
Son of a bitch.
and I pull up. There's a long line of cars at the stop sign at Berkshire, and all of a sudden here comes a fire truck. This fire truck comes, pulls into the intersection, and here's Doyle Miller, that little Volkswagen, right behind him, passes over.
Anybody needs to be found. Karen is the person.
Exactly.
All of a sudden, we get an alert across our email because we had a 5-way email going. I found Greg Hayden. Like what?
I found Menegay. He writes, I found Menegay. I'm like, holy shit, I've been looking for this fucker for like 20 years. Yeah, so the bottom line is, we did this all for you, Coach.
Started at Elms Country Club, and you've had a great career touching so many lives and then teaching kids to appreciate one of the best sport there is.
Can't tell you how great it is to get everybody together for you and everything you've done for us. There are so many friendships in this room because of you, and we have you to thank for it.